to another episode of From the Shadows. And as always, guys, if you are enjoying the series, please do drop a like on the video. Now, it's been a long time. It's been too long. I'm actually recording this on the day of the video going out because, I just thought I'd give myself the bank holiday weekend. Then I remembered there's Monday. And, so we're doing this today. And then, obviously, there's the Norwich-Middlesbrough playoff final later today. And since this video goes out at the same time as the kickoff, I think, you may as well tell me who you think's going to win between Norwich and Borough. Although, admittedly, it'll probably be at least after the game by the time you even watch this video. So there is that, and that's kind of a redundant question. Also, I just wanted to say thank you for everyone bearing with me over the past couple of weeks. It's not been a great time, in all honesty, but we are sort of improving now. It's just quite hard to shake this virus off, it would seem, and as a result I'm kind of just doing my best. But the point is, most things are kind of back to normal, so I'm kind of just trying to push on because I don't want to sort of lounge. It's just, I hate being ill. I hate not doing things, basically. So it is good to be back. I might be a little rusty at first. I did actually do all the gameplay for this episode on Friday, but I didn't actually get around to actually doing any recording. So it's been 3 days. So I'm going to just try and familiarise myself with what's kind of been happening on that one. Right. So let's just jump straight in. Obviously, we've got quite a lot to talk about because we've had ourselves a pre-season. I went and I've done a lot of changes, basically. We needed to sort of freshen things up. We needed to get rid of some of the older players on large wages. We needed to bring in some young talent that's going to improve, but is also quality at the moment. That's kind of what I was looking to do. To really give us a strong chance of, well, what we're supposed to achieve is a top half finish this year. That's what the board have suggested. The options were top half finish, promotion, or winner, as usual with the ridiculous expectations. But I feel like, based on what we did last season, top half finish is comfortably achievable. I'd like to see if we can maybe push for a promotion spot this year. It's a bit excessive, perhaps, but things are better now, stability-wise and money-wise. We are still in debt, of course, but with the way the wages have been sorted out and the fact that we're going to get decent money for this year, I'm expecting us to actually be making some money this year, which is fantastic. We actually made money last year too, despite our huge wage issues. But at the moment, we are currently sitting on £13,000 of excess wage budget because they boosted the wage budget, and obviously I got rid of a lot of high-wage players and replaced them with low-wage players on long contracts. Every single player I signed, practically, I think every single player, I gave a contract on. I put them on 5-year deals, all on like £1,000 rather than like $5,000 for like 1 year where they then have to request more. That was a mistake I made last year, and we just kind of had to get the players in, basically. So I think we've been a bit more sensible this time around. We're going to jump straight in. I nearly arranged a friendly with PSG, and they actually were available, and I just thought, no, I want those games to be meaningful, so no friendlies against them. I want them all to mean something, and I will be live coming every single game against PSG, but we won't get that, I wouldn't have thought, for another couple of seasons, which is a shame. Apologies once again if you can hear sounds in the background. It is very hot in here, and there's a lot of birds singing outside the window, which is delightful, but if not, a little bit off-putting. Anyway, let's jump straight into the transfers, because that's what we're all here for, isn't it? As you can see, 13,067 per week. Basically, I was working to one budget, and then a load of things got changed, and we ended up with more money than I thought. But I'd much rather just keep a load of that as excess, because I don't really think there's many players we can really sign at the moment because of our reputation and whatnot. So I'd rather just keep that in excess and not just overspend on players that we don't need, because this will allow us to make a little bit more money, which we can then use at a later date to upgrade facilities and whatnot like that. I don't want to just be constantly buying people when there's no need for it. We may have to look at that a bit later. So as you can see, there's a lot have gone out and a lot have gone in. Ex-Shurgui has left. He was getting on a little bit, basically, and he was on huge money, and he didn't play as well or as much last season, and that obviously, the as much is down to me, but the as well is down to him, and that's why I felt that he probably needed to move on. Alon Mermelot was our backup goalkeeper last year. He wasn't the most special player, and he didn't really get in the team very much because obviously Benjamin Sieglist was an absolute rock at the back for us. I think he's becoming the new laundryman, and he will take on that grade from Di Marcone. So Mermelot's gone, but I have brought in another backup goalkeeper anyway, just to sort of try and keep things ticking over in that department. So Herve Libohi is also left. He was once again not the youngest and was on, I think he was our most highly paid player, or was that Loic Puyol? I can't remember, actually. Baboya Traore was a decent player, but he just wasn't getting in the team, basically. Yassine Ouazine, again, we only gave him a new contract last year just because of a couple of good performances, and I felt that we needed it because I was worried about the amount of players we were able to bring in. So he's left. Maxime Bouvouet, I don't think he ever actually played for us. Tikora Keita, he's a decent striker, but he was constantly bitching about not getting football when we had better players at the club, and I couldn't afford to give him first team time because we needed to win games, basically. So he had to go. Mehdi Jean, he and I are no longer lovers. We fell out, and he has left the club as well. And as has Aboubakary Kante, who, similar situation to Keita really, was just not getting game time because he wasn't good enough at the moment, and I couldn't risk playing him for a full season in a position that he's not that great in, just so he gets good at it. It's just, we didn't have that kind of luxury at this stage. So he's left. Unfortunately, Jason Boalion has also left. I did apply for another loan. The club accepted, but he refused to come to us because apparently he wanted to play with better players. Even though we're better this year than last year, but it's because he's obviously trying to progress his career, which is a shame. So we have had to go out and sign someone in his position. Now, let's take a look through the players. Now, as you can see, Nicolas Janvier, I believe he came on briefly for us on loan last season as well, but Stavren offered him to us again, and I thought, why the hell not? Let's bring him in. He's not fantastic, but he could improve this year for us, and why the hell not give him a chance to do that? He's probably not going to get a great deal of game time, but I made sure that I negotiated him in as a squad status of rotation rather than anything silly, because I think last time he was coming in as a key player, which I misread in the contracts, and that, I believe, is why he got so pissed because he wasn't playing. Hopefully, he's not got a stick up his arse, and he will actually sort of work hard for us. That's the plan anyway. So, with that done, excellent, we now move on. Now, this is Ahmed Kashi, and apparently he's played for us before, because when he joined the club, again, I didn't actually look at who he'd played for in the past, because all of these players were signed from free agents, basically. I love the free agent market at the moment. It's my jam. He's probably one of the most expensive in terms of wages, and unfortunately his match fitness is yet to get up to grade because he has been suffering from a niggling injury, which is a pain, but hopefully we can sort that out with some reserve team games and whatnot, although he might get some first team matches, if I'm honest, because he can play in that defensive midfield role, which is kind of where I'm looking for it. But he's also got decent creativity. His passing is pretty solid, and that pleases me. He's a bit of a utility man in that role. Yeah, I believe he has played for us in the past. There you go, actually started his career with us. Wow, down when we were in CFAD. But he's then moved on to many different clubs. We signed him off of Metz. My guess is they released him at the end of last season in disgrace because of how bad they played, but they did stay up. So he's joined us for a second spell, which is great. This is Morgan Giretto. Now, again, defensive midfield player. He's more one for the future. 22 years old, nice long contract, only on £900 a week. He's got a lot of room to improve, and again, match fitness is yet to... I think he signed quite late in the transfer window, if I recall. Or did he? Actually, I don't know. The match fitness has been, once again, a bit of an issue, but we're doing our best with it, and hopefully over the course of the year it will start to improve. But he's a very, once again, has decent passing, similar kind of player, but just a younger version, basically. And I was trying to sign players under a certain age limit, basically. I'm just going to have a quick drink, because I didn't want to have a really old squad. I wanted to try and, this is no country for old men, basically, and we're going to try and get some decent players in. But I want players that can improve with us, basically, because they're going to get game time because of where we are, and I want them to improve with us. Maybe we can sell them on for lots of money. You know how it is. I'm still tempted. Well, I was tempted to try and get rid of Didac, if I'm honest, because he kept complaining about wanting to leave. He's refused to sign a new contract, which means that he is going to leave at the end of the season on a free. So I may have to try and get rid of him in January, even if it's only for a few $100,000, because we've got some players that could slot in anyway. And this is Petr 10. Now, firstly, his name is fantastic, so that's always something that's nice to have. His condition isn't brilliant at the moment because I believe, he's out injured, which is annoying. Basically, he was my replacement for Jason Boalion. Once again, his current ability isn't fantastic just yet, but he's got a decent amount of potential. He is 24, so I'm hoping if he gets some game time this year, he can reach that relatively quickly. That's the hope, anyway. So, again, not a bad player. I mean, stars aren't really that relevant for me. It's what he's got in terms of his ability for the role that we use him in. So it's going to be an attacking one. So his technicals, in terms of his attacking technicals, aren't fantastic, but they're not useless. It's not like he's running on like 4s and 5s on them. They're sort of mediocre at best, but then his marking is very solid and his tackling, which means he could actually make a fairly decent, although his heading is pretty poor, cover at centre-back if we really did need him. But unfortunately, he is not the best in the air, as you can see. His jumping reach, once again, is pretty mediocre. So we've got Petr 10, which is a great name, and for the name alone, he's worth it. Next up is Hugo. Signed out of Spain. Again, match fitness is poor, and I don't know why this is, because I have been playing these guys in the friendlies. It's just one of those things, isn't it? An advanced forward. He's sort of going to be the backup to Ivan Antelek this season. I wanted a sort of a younger player that could be his backup player, but also had room to sort of take over the mantle in the future if he improved enough. He is a good advanced forward. He sort of fits every... Apologies if you can hear vacuuming in the background as well. He has sort of decent stats for every single thing. Even his passing is, his lowest sort of stat for that role, and it's not even that bad. Dribbling, finishing, first touch, heading, all really solid stats across the board, basically. So I was really happy to bring him in. I have tried to focus on bringing in a few sort of French players and players from around this league, though, but we did have to sort of look elsewhere as well to really get that talent coming in. Next up, as you can see, another English player. Now, I'm not the sort of person that just goes and signs loads of players from England just because, but I liked Carl McHugh, and once again, he's one of these players. I mean, I think he used to play for Bradford. I don't know if we signed him from Bradford or from... Actually, we got him offered for free transfer from Plymouth Argyle. And to be fair, that's a player that was released by Plymouth, and you think, well, why would you pick him up? Well, to me, Yeah, okay, he's not going to be a first teamer for us probably, which is why he's listed as a backup, but he is going to be a hell of a backup for that defensive for a centre-back role, frankly, because, yeah, okay, his decisions isn't fantastic, but look at that. 19 heading, his aggression and bravery are incredibly high, so he might get sent off a few times. We've got to worry about that. But for me, I don't know, I just saw that heading stat and thought he could just beat everybody in the air. His jumping reach isn't brilliant, though, I would say that, but his natural fitness is solid, his balance is good, determined is nice, he's got great teamwork, and he seems like assuming he has good leadership. Oh, it's not even that good. Point is, I just think that he's going to make a worthwhile addition to the team. Nothing special, but he could improve a little bit too, and you just never know with these things. And he's got a nice smile, so we'll let him go on that one. That's Carl McHugh. Next up is the backup goalkeeper. This is Jeremy Frick. I don't know if he's younger than Siegrist or not, but the point is I wanted a goalkeeper that was going to have lots of potential but not be fantastic at the moment, so he didn't feel like he had to play. And he is a backup, and he is going to be the backup this season to Siegrist. But I wanted also one that could step in and be decent enough to not let in silly goals. Not that that really makes any difference. So that's that. Next up is Alain Richard, who I saw the opportunity to sign and I couldn't really turn it down. He's only 20, but he does still have 2-star ability already, and that potential is what I'm mostly interested in. I can't actually remember who he used to play for. He was actually at Valenciennes in this league and played for them last season. Not all to that much success and was surprisingly released by them, but I guess my scouts obviously saw something in him that they didn't. And for me, the fact that he's very versatile is also another reason why I'm very interested in him. He does have some sort of very poor stats, but and he's very, not very brave at all. But I don't know. We'll have to see what comes of him. Next up is Lucas Thor, who is a centre-back, and we obviously needed to sign a couple here, once again, for the future, because players going out, and you know how it is. And we've also got some great young players coming through the academy, so I didn't want to completely flood it in certain positions. Like, we do have Djorkaeff, who looks like he's going to be an amazing sort of attacking midfield striker kind of player, so I did kind of want to get him some game time this year, and he most certainly will get some. So that's Lucas Thor, and finally is Christopher Misilu, who just came up in one of my scout reports, and I thought, yeah, he's probably worth it. And the money we got him on as well, £725 a week for a player that can play in all of those midfield positions and has decent potential as well. I couldn't really turn the chance down to sign him, basically. So we brought him in as well. It's quite a few players come in, but then when you look at the number of players that have gone out as well, it kind of does make sense. Right, so I'm trying to think what else we even need to show you. Well, I'll show you where they all fit into the team in a minute. So we're on match day 1. Now, we're actually playing later than everyone else. I don't quite know why. We're playing on the Monday when everyone else played on the Friday. We're playing against US Orleans, which is a great name for a team. Now, let's go and see. As you can see, Nancy won 4-0 on the first day against Clermont Foot. So I can't remember exactly who's new to this league. USBCO are new, definitely. They've come up. Who else has come up? I'm trying to remember teams from our first season down in the lower divisions. I can't actually remember. Apologies for that, but I'm sure it won't be difficult to find out once the season starts progressing. So let's get going a little bit here. Wow, they've got full capacity for this one. That's saying something. So I'm hoping our attendances will start to climb as well. That's kind of important for me. I've been turning down job offers left, right, and centre as well. Like literally daily. It's almost annoying. I wish there was a way you could turn off job offers. That would be great, because we just don't want them in this save. So as you can see, a few players have gone out since our last friendly. Move some stuff around. Right, here we go. So, Jabali, really? Oh, was Anselak injured? No. Oh, buggery. I must have sent him available for that friendly. To be fair, Jabali's actually been starting to get quite decent. He's starting to find himself a little bit more. So here's how we're looking at the moment. A lot of players I brought in are mostly going to be backups, but they will get game time this year, that is for sure. So we've got Jabali, Didac, Pereira, of course, Mvia, Gamiet, Puyol. I've given some new contract to some of these guys as well and got them on longer deals. Thor at left back at the moment, just because we don't have... where is he? He's not quite fit, is he? Petter 10, no. Oban, Masavu King, Cantini on the right, and of course Siegrist there. Jeremy Frick will be on the bench. Now, it's going to take me a little while again to get some of these guys to full fitness. So I'm playing them in reserve games. I'm organising reserve games because we don't seem to compete in a reserve league, only under 19s, which is annoying. So I have to keep arranging reserve friendlies sort of every other week so that they get some time to actually get back. And that was one of the mistakes I made during the first season because I did not know that was what was going on. So before I get out of breath and start speaking even faster, I am trying to slow down my pace a little bit, but I'm just a little bit rusty at the moment, so just bear with me on that. Right, let's go. It's an away game. I don't know how good they are, but my guess is I think they came down last season, which means that this could be quite a tough one for us to start. Let me just make sure all the settings are still the same. It's been a long time since I've actually gone on it. I haven't really played much FM lately. While I was ill, I played a lot of Project Cars, which is unbelievable, by the way. As usual, don't know who he is. They're going with 2 up top. I'm trying to see if I recognise anyone in the team. Nope, I don't. No, I don't. Hakam Jabali's got quite a task on his hands today. That's what I would say. Antelek isn't even on the bench. Do we even have a strike? I really should have checked my bench before we did that. I think, oh, of course, we've got Hugo. Hugo will almost certainly get his first game time for us today, although might have to be a little bit late because his not fitness, they're just not quite perfect on that one yet. Right, though, Boazid as well is our youth prospect. Not fantastic, but he's got a little bit about him. He's not even on a contract with us. Wow. What else we got on the bench? Gaetan Michel is another one of those types of players. He is a regen, but look at this. I really think this kid's got some potential. I'm training him, though, to play over here just because that's where he's... Well, I don't know. That's the problem. Like, we may have to try and look... If anyone could think of where this... If we could get this lad a more central role, which one would you think it would be? I'll have to take a little look through because I really do want to include him in this team, but I just wonder... I don't know. Do you think he could play in the centre? Has he got any kind of... I know he's pacey, but I don't know. Maybe we could retrain him as a striker. So there we go. And who else on the bench? Oh, and McHugh, of course, will make a decent backup today. Right, let's go. Start this match and get Guan in. I don't know what I'm really hoping for today. Not embarrassing ourselves. Like, we've had some interesting runs last season. It tended to go in sort of these weird fits and starts where we'd go on a really good run of wins and draws, and then we'd go on a really poor run of not being able to win to save our lives. So I hope we don't start the season off like that. I want to hopefully have a decent season here. Jabali, now we need support getting into the middle. Jabali, can he whip it in? He does. It's going all the way to the back post. Oh, wow. Oh, he should be closing that down, really. I thought we were going to score there, but that was not to be the case, it was in. Number 55, Jesus. I need to sort of, oh, and please not a long ball over the top. There we go. Oh, wow. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, an absolute goalmouth scramble there. Poor defending initially leading to that, though, I must say. That is really poor from us, but thankfully we got away with that. And got away is definitely the right word. Loic Puyo is definitely the most high-paid player at the club, but he just does that role so well for us. And he gets a few goals occasionally as well. Jabali now out wide. He's getting forced out wide a lot. Hopefully our attacking mids can get into the box and make up for the lack of numbers there. Gamiat, long ranger perhaps? Thor, getting himself forward. That's what I like to see. Bralion did that well for us. Pereira. Puyo. We've also got some new, not corner takers, but Mvia's through. What a save from Bastian. And again, the rebound there nearly put in by us. We've started well. Possession-wise is good. Pass completion is fantastic. We've created a couple of chances. We will close down to Fugu. Oh, set piece time. Pereira, edge of the area. Didax, please don't lose it. Jabali comes inside. Goal! There we go. 1-0 to Paris FC. And what a start to this game. Hakim Jabali, on his first start of the season, standing in and doing a good job. And I'm surprised, actually. I figured like he'd get sort of phased out of the team over the next couple of seasons, honestly, but he's actually stepped up quite nicely, and you never know, he could be a worthwhile player for us this year, particularly until Antelek's back and until Hugo gets his match fitness up. Jabali's going to be absolutely crucial for us, and it's a good finish from him there, really, and we lead 1-0 away from home. That's a great start to the season for us. Also, just need to point this out, Paris FC at the weekend in real life got themselves promoted to Ligue 2, so massive congratulations to them, and I strongly urge you to go congratulate them on Twitter or whatnot. They've been fantastic this year. They come second, I believe, just behind Red Star. Is he about to get sent off? No. Because that is awesome, which means they'll be playable on next year's FIFA, which is going to be cool. Yeah, because I just really like their logo. I just really like everything about them. I really want to get a Paris FC shirt. I really do. So if anyone knows how we can do that, because I didn't really see any kind of obvious club shop stuff. So if anyone knows how we can get Paris FC shirts, then let me know, because I would really like to get one. It doesn't have to have a name printed on the back, but if it does, that would be even better, if I'm honest. Get Adamenko on it or something. Oh, here we go. Pereira's through. Can he pick out a pass? He can. It's Jabali at the back post. I think he's offside, though. He's not. It's 2-0 to Paris FC in the first 25 minutes. Hakim Jabali with both goals. Is the Obelisk about to take on a whole new level? As someone said in a comment on a video a couple of months ago, Obelisk obliterate. Lovely little pass here from Pereira. We have men forward in massive numbers there, and Jabali's got 2 goals on the first game of the season, and hopefully, being 2-0 up here, with a really quite solid defensive system, we should be able to sort of see this out. I'd like to think. We've been fairly solid when we got ourselves in winning positions, and we're actually starting this game incredibly well. They can't string 2 passes together. The possession is fantastic. We're creating lots of shots. We're very accurate with the shooting as well. Cantini with the strike, blocked, comes back to him. Go on, a third before half-time would be absolutely amazing. Cantini, Pereira, Oban, round the corner for Jabali. It's scored! Oh, he's offside. Oh, mate. I was hoping for a first-half hat-trick. But what a first-half performance. Lovely football from us in pretty much every area. They really do seem to be grasping this tactic. The new players are settling in quite nicely, although admittedly a lot of them are defensive players. But some of our attacking players, once they get their fitness back, should be right into this team. So 2 goals for Jabali in the first half. Absolutely fantastic. You couldn't have asked for more, really. That is brilliant. Apologies, this episode is going to go on for a little bit longer. As you know what it's like with transfer window episodes and stuff. They tend to go on for a little bit longer. Plus, you know, I'm a little bit out of practice, so hopefully that will sort of change. Right, Thor out on the left. I'd like a couple more goals, but in all honesty, I'm just happy if we can get the win. I'd be ecstatic if I'm honest. I'm like, if we get a third goal, particularly very soon, I might start giving some of the others a little run out here, particularly Hugo. Although I don't know if I want to get Jabali off at the moment. We'll see what his fitness is like, because he's clearly on form today, and I don't want to really bring him off if he's going to be playing this well for the rest of the match. We might need him, you never know. Oh, I thought we'd won the ball there. Arnold, oh, wow. Lumped in, it's 3 defenders, and it's well clear. Pereira can bring it away for us now. This is where the counter-attacking part of our tactic works. Jabali loves going out wide, and he really does seem to be on his game today. He's lost the ball. Lorient, we should have enough players forward if he just lumps this. Damn it, I was hoping he was just going to thump that. Lorient, they've got a lot of space over on this right-hand side, but they've actually not utilised it, which is surprising. I was expecting a ball out to the right. It's going to eventually come, but it's way too late. Botoba, they're probably still going to score on this play, though. Arnold, and that's the goal. That's a shame. Well-worked goal in the end, but I'm a little bit disappointed that we've really conceded that. We've been better than that goal, if I'm honest. I thought Jabali should have done a little bit better holding the ball up. Don't know what the keeper... oh, well, it's one of those goals. You can see them from time to time. We're probably going to make a first sub here, because I'm pretty certain we've got some players that are not having the best time out there. Right. Who do we even bring in? I mean, McHugh will probably have to come on for a little while. Possibly... Wow, he can actually play the sweeper. That's interesting. I'm going to bring him on for Oban, who's not at the best game and is lower on fitness than the others. And I'm actually tempted to... No, I'm going to wait a little while. I'll probably bring on Hugo as my only other substitution, really, because I need to sort out the bench and get some more players in fit. I really don't want to draw this game, but I don't want to switch with the tactics too much, because we're actually still playing quite well, it would seem. And I don't want to break it by trying to fix it, if that makes sense. Our accuracy seems to have fallen down a little bit. They've obviously changed their plan, and my guess is we're shooting from long range a bit more, although, no, apparently not. Okay, Jabali's effectiveness is slightly wearing off here, so I want to see some fresh legs. Get Hugo on, maybe get him a goal. Because he does need game time for us, but I feel he could be a decent player for us. A 2-1 win here would be fantastic, if I'm honest. And I feel like looking at the stats in this game, we would deserve... Oh, come on, no. We would deserve it. There we go. Gamiet gets the ball first. Oh, what a save from Sigrist. There we go. I would say the laundryman, but this is not going to be a clean sheet for him. I feel like, based on this game, we deserve to be winning it. And that's pretty impressive for me against a team that have come down from the top flight. De Freitas, and again, saved by Sigrist. They are obviously on overload, which is why I'm going to leave it on counter-attack, because... You know, if we win the ball off of them, we should be able to break on them with numbers. But it's a question of whether we can hold out is the slight issue. I know Didac has taken a slight knock, but our bench is not exactly full of players that can play in those positions currently. Although I might just... yeah, actually, I don't want to get Didac injured. So I'm going to bring Michel. Just see if we can run out. See what you can do in that position. Go on, see out the last 3 minutes of this game. Get yourselves a... Oh, dear. I'm hoping that's going to be the end of it. Gamiet clears it. Sydney... He's going to lump it, surely. Oh, come on. Oh, we already had the stoppage. There we go. Thor's done fantastically there. This is going to end the game, though, before we actually get a chance to score, I would imagine. Thor. At least try, though. Puyol. Are we going to get a goal here? There we go. Orleans 1, Paris FC 2, an away win, and a quite dominant, in some respects, win to start the season off. That is a brilliant start to the year against a team that I'm fairly certain were relegated from the top flight last year, which is brilliant. And that really does fill me with confidence in terms of our chances of getting into those sort of top 5-6 places this year, and maybe even pushing for something even better. So that is fantastic to see. Jabali as well really did step up today. 2 goals in 3 minutes for him. Really happy days. Right, so let's see what we got. I'm thinking a reasonable amount of game time would be Auxerre for the next match. I don't really know who's going to be doing what just yet, so we'll wait until the next episode so we can see kind of where everybody's settling in. We've got a cup game against Valenciennes in the meantime, and it's going to be a tough one away. On 7th round cup game in the Coupe de France isn't for quite some time yet, so that's interesting. We've got to get to the 10th round or 11th round, I think, again, so hopefully we'll get some really terrible teams that we can absolutely batter and put out the youth squads and get those guys some game time in those games, basically glorify friendlies. Anyway, this episode has gone on way too long, so if you like what you've seen, please do drop a like on the video, and if you liked it even more than that and you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel for more Outcaster icons and From the Shadows in your inbox every single day at 5:30 and 8 o'clock. And also those of you who have subbed to me since I've been ill, yeah, 2 uploads a day, so hopefully that's all going to go back to normal now, and thank you for subscribing. I'll see you guys in the next episode for the game against Auxerre. I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.